For every beloved pet, there's one that is disturbingly controversial. Starting with Scottish YouTuber Count Daniela's pug, Buddha, who in 2016 would star in what would become one of the most infamous pet videos on the internet. Gosh, the Jews seek Zion. But while Daniela's audience reacted instantly, I'm Jewish and I found this hilarious. The Scottish court system didn't agree. I got arrested, and because of the nature of the crime, it was a hate crime. Mine was classed as a very serious offense, so I'm sitting in cell and I'm just all right. Okay, I guess I'm having a sleepover and in jail tonight. It's mind-boggling how the legal system can send a guy who was obviously making a joke about Nazis to prison, but they can't seem to arrest actual Nazis. And true to this comment, on April 23, 2018, Daniela was sentenced to a fine of £800 and was fired from 2 consecutive jobs for the joke. Nevertheless, his girlfriend stood by him and set the record straight. The video was made as a private sort of joke between him and his friends on my expense, just to try and annoy me. He's not racist in the slightest. It was just basically a joke that went viral, and so did the majority of the internet. By my right to freedom of speech, I stand by this man for his rights. Motivating Daniela to try his luck a second time. I trained her dog to be a Nazi. So I decided to train our other dog into being the most politically correct thing that I could think of. This little gremlin is Bronson. The police. The police. The police. The police. Risking going through hell again for our entertainment. But this time, the legal system had a very different reaction. I like how this isn't taken down, but the other one got taken down and almost got him in jail, leading some viewers to an interesting conclusion. If this series has proved anything, it's that all pugs are bigots. But where Count Dankula's Buddha almost sent him to prison, Markiplier's Chica would only take his channel to new heights. Who's a good girl? Chica has controlled the channel from the beginning. Chica has always been in control. This control began the channel in 2015 when she first appeared on it. Okay, hi guys. This is Chica, and Chica is the newest addition to the family. She is an adorable, adorable golden retriever. I think she's just under a year old. Wow, she's gorgeous and has a unique looking coat. Congrats on becoming a father, Mark. But what really caught the audience's attention was her familiar name. However, that wasn't the actual story behind her name. That's not her original name. When I got her, she had a different name. Her name used to be Sephora, but I'm not going to call her Sephora. They say that when you rename a dog, you need to have a name that ends in the same vowel as the last one. So Sephora left me with very few options. So I went with Chica because she seemed to respond to it and it worked out really well. And she was so cute. Come here, Chica. Oh, you're getting big. Oh, pup. If anything happens to that baby, I demand we make it a national holiday. Banks close, governments go off, and there is an hour of silence at midday. And in September 2022, we got a call that said, Chica unfortunately suffered from heat stroke. She had a sol infection that we didn't know about. Fortunately for fans, however, everything ended well. Reiterating she is completely 100% fine, now allowing viewers to continue enjoying her presence in Mark's videos. Come reach, good girl. There are you, Chica baby. That dog gives me so much serotonin. She's such a good, loving, loyal dog, and getting Mark millions of views for the love and care he showed her, in sharp contrast to Shane Dawson, whose resurfaced footage from 2015 revealed the most despicable thing he could ever do to a pet. Muffins is already asleep over there, so I'm going to go join her, and we're going to have a wild cat night. Are you ready, Muffins? Later describing the encounter in graphic detail on a podcast. I laid the cat down on her back, and then I moved her little chicken legs, spread open or whatever. And I was like, if I just hump but on her tummy, that's not weird, whatever. And then I humped it, and I kept going. I came all over the camp. No, you did not. It was my first experience. Understandably, pet lovers across the internet were enraged. And in response, Shane tried to backtrack. I'm going to apologize for a lot of things that I've done or said in this video. And if you don't accept the apology, that is 100% okay. But even if he revealed the truth after that half-hearted apology, it only succeeded in making things worse. Even if it was a joke, it's still so nasty and creepy that Shane even had this sick stuff in his head with YouTube completely demonetizing all 3 of his channels in July. Nevertheless, Shane continues posting, although his views have fallen to less than a quarter of what they used to be, which is the exact opposite of what happened to Penguin Zero or Charlie once he introduced his new kitten to the internet on May 30. She was surprisingly energetic given her dark backstory. It's a cat that was left behind with a box of other kitties outside of Tiana's work. She works as a vet, and one night about 3 weeks ago, someone just left behind a big box of brand new fresh newborn kittens, and we decided to take one of them and nurse it back to health. His fans immediately had naming suggestions. Call the cat Morbia. That way, they might become the highest rated kitten of all time. But Charlie took a different route, and we ended up keeping her and eventually named her Io. I lobbied hard for Glup Upshido, but unfortunately that just wasn't in the cards, and it was vetoed down. Surprisingly, Io was no ordinary cat. Initially, we couldn't even, get the cat's gender identified properly, because unfortunately she was born with a birth defect. The cat was born with what? Altreia ni, and that means that its colon didn't connect to its anus, right? Or there's a gap or something. But that's what made Charlie's bond with Io even more special. I don't really like cats. I've always been a dog person. I always find cat videos cute and stuff, but every cat I've ever met in the real world is just mean. Unfortunately for Charlie, Io completely changed his mind. This cat just kind of fell into our life, and she's amazing. So I just wanted to show some cute with the cat, like an absolute buffoon. I've been filming all of my cat videos vertically. This is literally just another case of a dad not wanting a pet, then the dad falling in love with that pet. Something to which I can completely relate. But a few years later, fans started to notice something odd. What happened to Charlie's cat? I just realized I haven't seen or heard him talk about his little kitten for a while, prompting Charlie to explain that the reason for Io's fewer appearances on his streams had something to do with his girlfriend. A few months ago, we mutually decided to break up. While we both still have lots of love for each other, this is just the end of our adventure together. There is no bad blood between us, and all 3 of the animals are still being co-parented by us both. And as Charlie's audience realized Io had technically belonged to his ex-girlfriend all along, comments went from curious to concerned. I have a sad feeling that Charlie doesn't get to see the pets very much or at all. It does make sense for Tiana to have them, but Charlie should adopt his own dog or cat. It's been a minute since the other pets left, and I think it would help him to be happier. But Charlie hasn't adopted any other pets so far, making Io the only cat to have stolen his heart. Unlike controversial YouTuber Logan Paul's pets, who would become the victims of a quieter, more disturbing pattern, I need that in my life. Yo, you all know this. I have the worst luck with some of my best pets. First to suffer this fatal fate was his beloved Pomeranian Kong the Savage, who was loved by both Logan. I just bought you, buddy. We're going to bond and be best friends and get a friend from Maverick and his audience. Kong equals adorable, making his untimely death stick that much more. Whole thing lasted about 10 to 15 seconds. The coyote jumped the fence, chased Kong around a car, and grabbed him. Actually right here, the coyote took Kong. There's no remains. Like they straight up abducted him, leaving fans heartbroken as well. We don't even know how much pain Kong must have gone through. Goodbye, Kong. We'll never forget you. But just days later, Logan was back to acting like the whole thing never happened. Oh my goodness. Music, oh my god, he's so cute. Hey, and this wasn't even the only new pet he got. We got a healthy dog and a new member of the family. Logang. Me, Ginger the Giant. The 70-leber red Tibetan Mastiff was going to double in size, hence Ginger the Giant. With his next video making it clear he wasn't being a responsible pet owner at all. It's the morning after we got the Tibet Mastiff, and I tried to bring her back in the backyard, and she's been having some problems. She's just really scared. You see her? But things only got worse once his real reason for getting Ginger became obvious. Then they bark all night long, keeping away the coyotes or whatever. Amazing. I thought he bought it because it was cute. But after hearing him say it was going to keep the coyotes away, It made sense, cementing the fact that Logan only saw his pets as accessories. But his dogs weren't the only pets Logan got for show, and then neglected, as his pig Pearl also suffered a similar fate. In response, Logan played victim. I have the worst luck with some of my best pets, finally turning the entire internet against him. Now, in contrast to Logan Paul's history of neglecting pets, however, PewDiePie's history of taking good care of lovable furry companions would start with his parents' Yorkshire Terrier. Oh look, I'm blue, I'm followed by his partially blind pug Maya. Thank you Maya for cleaning. But PewDiePie's pets wouldn't reach the peak of their YouTube fame until October 20. Where's it coming from? Shut a new adorable little pug. His name is Edgar Allan after the poet. So his name is Edgar Allan Pug. His favorite hobby is poetry and twerking. Isn't that right, Edgar? Once Edgar joined PewDiePie's pug family, he became Maya's adoptive brother. Laughter. She's so confused. But while Maya might not have known what to think, that wasn't Edgar's reaction. She made it, and Edgar is in love with her. The two became inseparable, and fans loved every minute of it. Let's get Edgar add Maya to 100 million to beat out that other guy. But on December 18, 2022, the PewDiePie phantom received the worst news possible. That's where she used to sit. Maya passed away last morning. It's been tough. I miss her so much. R.I.P. Maya. You were the littlest, cutest pug with the happiest spirit. Thank you for all of the smiles. You are an inspiration. And to ensure nobody would forget her anytime soon, Maya was immortalized in PewDiePie's tuber simulator. So heartbreaking yet so heartwarming. We will miss you, Maya. Now since then, Edgar has gained another adopted sibling, Momo. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Music, oh you're so happy. And just when fans thought the pack was complete, the latest member of PewDiePie's dog family came. Meet your new family member. Mama, music, I can't believe we have another dog. So welcome to the family, Muggy. She is a rescue dog. Part of adopting Muji made me tear up so much. I'm so glad they have a loving home with you. A little reminder of Maya too is so precious. Now PewDiePie's dog family includes Edgar, Momo, and Muji, each with their own charm and place in fans' hearts. And while Maya and Yink are gone, their paw prints remain in games, memories, and the hearts of millions. Much like Peluchin Entertainment's cat, Jason Kruger, who the internet would have to immortalize for a much more heartbreaking reason. Murders always start off with animals. The tragedy would unfold on December 5, 2018, when Peluchin Entertainment, real name Matias Ignacio, would post one of the most horrifying YouTube videos to ever be uploaded on the platform, which other creators immediately covered. A 15-year-old kid, 15 years old, recorded himself and uploading it to YouTube. He stepped on his cat multiple times to the point that the cat was crawling, being unable to walk because he broke his spine. But the teen did not stop there. Cat later died from his injuries caused by this guy. The internet was outraged. Can't lie, that kid's going to be a serial. But this only prompted Matias to continue with the behavior. After Jason's death, he got 2 new kittens, which meant the same fate as his first cat. And this time, even YouTube wasn't safe from the backlash. It's physically hard to hear that people torture and kill their animals just to post them on YouTube. And YouTube continues to give them a platform. The pressure worked with YouTube finally terminating Matias's channel in September of 2020. But this punishment wasn't enough for the viewer. Bro, he should be arrested, not banned, which was an opinion shared by Penguin Zero. The #1 sign of psychopath serial killers is abusing animals at a young age. There is nothing good a person like this can ever contribute in their life. I don't give a if they're 15. They should be locked away for a long, long time. In response to this backlash, Matias resurfaced with a new channel and an apology, finally apologizing. In this video, he claimed that, he used to suffer harassment from other users when he started going on YouTube, which prompted him to do the same from others. But the internet wasn't willing to forgive him. And in the end, while Matias's cat Jason never got justice in court, his pain was not forgotten. I don't care if 1,000 years have passed. I hope life gives you what you deserve. In contrast, Met Pat for president proved he deserved the best once his cat Skip, also known as Cat Pat for vice president, started appearing on his channel a decade ago. Laughter. It just comes up and smacks me random. Let's face it, Skip is legit the best part of this stream, earning millions of views and Matt Pat's love, prompting Matt Pat to include him on the channel more often. Hey Skip, hey buddy, how are you? He's doing all right. He's just hanging out. He's like, you guys like my game? His popularity only grew, earning himself his own Twitter account with more than 2,000 followers, which he allegedly updates by sneaking onto Matt Pat's computer. But Cat Pat's true kingdom was elsewhere. It's a special day on the stream for Skip. It's a big moment for him. This is a huge moment for Skip because he has had a video game made in his likeness, in his honor. Can Cat Pat just replace Matt as the host of the show? And while that's not a proposal Matt has accepted so far, Skip continues entertaining audiences with his cameo. Skip, can you give us a clap and half? Clap and half. Skip, clap and half. Clap and half. Clap and half. Good boy, Skip. Earning love as the definition of a happy cat.